Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Beautiful song, choir, and beautiful song, Terry. It's awesome. Don't we just love the never-ending story? It just keeps coming around, and all we got to do is be aware, and we can take the next step up. And it's just awesome. You know, it's like energies swirling, thoughts try to hold, pattern what's binding. Can we break the mold? So, the energies are swirling around us. We're trying to hang on to old patterns, but we're being asked to let go, to break those old patterns. It's really neat to look at life like that. And I thought those songs were really beautiful. I behold the Christ in you. I truly behold the Christ in you. And as we walk through life, and whoever we see in our hearts, we can say that, I behold the Christ in you. And then we'll be able to see beyond. And it's these little things, if we start putting them into practice in our life, they reveal the truth of who we are, who I am. So we've been going through this series. It's been beautiful. And the intention was, it's time to reassess our energy assets and dream in a bigger sense of reality. So is everybody ready to dream in a greater sense of reality? Well, we are the creators. We are the creators. And too often we just look around us and then just recreate. We perpetuate. But it's time to create. It's time to create. And once we can begin to understand we are the creator, sons and daughters of God, sons and daughters of God, well, where do we get our inspiration? It really comes from within our heart. But we are inspired by the outer, and the outer inspiration quickens us to do that. So this series has been about 4 I's, which is very cool. Identity, our identity. And so we all have different identities, don't we? We put on different hats and have different roles and everything. And the identity, it's just like in a computer program. So we got the mainframe, God's going through us. And the roles we play, God gives energy to that. And we can change roles, but God's still there. Once we begin to understand that, it frees us up in a sense, because we aren't our roles. We aren't our roles. So, identity, who am I? From my class yesterday, does anyone remember the answer of who am I? That love. Yes, thank you, Marlene. I was hoping you were going to be here. Such a great student. But she answered that right in class. You know, I was like, and you know what? It's a real good answer, but it's the most truthful answer that we could give. Do you see? And so to have that identity, I am love, that changes our whole perception of who we are and what life is, doesn't it? So it's time to reassess our energy. Oh, let's see, little old Patrick, mortal, human, physical, or Son of God, spiritual being, with the capacity to share God's love to everything. So it's perspective. We start changing. Okay, how am I going to use my energy? I've got a lot more energy when I can identify with God and identify with love. You see? So we're going from the finite to the infinite. And that was the first class, and Cindy gave that. It was beautiful. And so instead of going, who am I, we can say, I am. Love. Love is eternal. And then the second Sunday that she gave was integrity. And it's very important to be in integrity in life. Don't you like to deal with people that are in integrity? Because you can trust them. So anyways, integrity. And a basic little premise of that is standing in your truth. Okay? So standing in your truth. So whatever we're doing, you know, whatever role we're playing, to stand in that truth. To stand in that truth. So if we reassess our identity to I am love, now to be in love with integrity throughout all of life. Throughout all of life. And it's really important for us to do that, because what we're doing, like when we begin to exercise integrity, we begin to strengthen our spiritual muscle. You see? And then it's not hard. It's natural. So integrity, standing in your truth as love. As love. Don't just say it today, I am love, and then tomorrow when you go out to work, I'm something else. You can be that role. You can be that role, but let the love go through. That's who you truly are. That's your mainframe, you know. I don't know computers, so I don't know if I'm using the word. I was going to go motherboard, whatever, you know, but that's who we are. And then the third one was investing. Wasn't that awesome? It was really a multidimensional talk last week, is how we invest our energy. And what we want to do is begin to, now we can invest our energy, love, into anything, okay? So love, the law of love only attracts love, and then love transforms. So as we begin to, with intention, send love through our manifestation, whatever role we're playing, intention is the key to the universe. Energy follows thought. So we set that intention out, and then that love is going to go to it and feed it, support it, blossom, expand in everything. So being aware of how we invest our energy, and when we get into that I am love identity, it shifts perspective, you see, because love will take us into oneness. And then it's not so much about me, you see, and what's my payoff, what's for the good of the whole. This is, now, the gates of dawn have opened up. We're moving into the Aquarian age. How's that? And to begin to look at life like that, that's what we're being asked, from a spiritual perspective. Everything. God is love. We are love. Everything is God. God's in everything. So to begin to, it's called right relationship, to be in right relationship with life. And once we come into right relationship with life, a funny thing happens. Harmony. And it's a fun experience to go through. And then inspiration, the 4 eyes. Okay, inspiration. Inspiration is usually when we're stimulated and we feel something or we're called to do something, and it may even be creative. You know, it shifts our, when we are inspired by person, place, thing, anything that inspires us, it shifts our perception about who we are and then what life can be. And it's really a neat experience. And so we are surrounded, Earth is such a beautiful planet, and we constantly are being inspired, you know. We just have to open up our hearts, open up the windows of your heart, and like a flood of light, you know, heaven will be there, and we can experience heaven on earth. So to begin to open up our eyes and our hearts and our minds to the blessing of life. So sometimes we get too busy for life. And so what we want to do is take that breath. What's happening? And does anyone here know Latin? Okay, here goes. So if I mispronounce, bear with me, okay? Inspire from the root word inspire. How's that for Latin? That's kind of French, but who knows, you know. But it means, from that root word, to breathe into. Isn't that cool? To breathe into. And so like, gosh, when we're inspired by something, that's what we should breathe it in. Breathe it into our being, into our consciousness. It's the universe, it's God quickening us, inspiring us. There's more within us than we even imagine. To breathe into, I thought that was very nice, and forgive me for my pronunciation. How's that? So inspire means to breathe into. So inspiration, it's fun, and everyone here has been inspired by someone or something, haven't they? And haven't we inspired other people sometimes? You know, and it's just, and you know what it really is? It's being natural. It's being who we are. It's allowing the truth of who we are to flow. Because who we are is love in alignment with God. So our manifestation, do you see what I'm saying? And then what we're doing is we're quickening their heart. We're quickening their essence. And then what it does is it inspires a person to do something. It's really neat. And what happens is we are quickened, we're moved, and we shift our perception of anything. And like, I'm seasoned, how's that? So I've had a lot of inspiration in my life. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I love it. And every day after every Sunday service, we're greeting people outside and everything. And my brother David Lufkin, he's like, "Hey, David, how you doing?" Every Sunday, I am blessed. I'm blessed. That's inspired me. I'm saying that now. I used to be awesome. I'm awesome. No, so I am blessed. So thank you. And because it acknowledges, when I say I'm blessed, that kind of shifts me within. Well, how am I blessed? A lot. We all are blessed a lot. So that little identity, that's a good one. I am loved. I am blessed. It shifts a perception of who I am and what the world is to me. Okay, and so a lot of people, and so we're inspired by certain people. You know what I'm saying? We might be inspired by a certain painter. We go to the art gallery or something, like, wow, that feels good. And little kids, when they look at art magazines and they see the beautiful paintings and pictures and stuff, they might be inspired. That little experience that they had as a child inspires them to be an artist. And, the one book we go over a lot, Love Is All There Is, Glenda Green, she's an artist and painted a picture of Jesus when she was a kid. And her mother let her look at all these old art books, and I'm going to be an artist. She was inspired to be, and she's a famous artist also. And also, we might be inspired by music, So here, another seasoned expression. Jimi Hendrix inspired a lot of generations of guitar players. Do you see what I'm saying? Because he revolutionized, how you can play the guitar. And there's more than just him, but that's when we can maybe think about, certain musicians that really took the way that they could express through an instrument to a new level that quickened within us our hearts, because our hearts connected with God, and that's what they're doing. They're just bringing that down through them, and they have it within them, and they're sharing it. And so they're allowing the inspiration within them, their natural expression, to bless the whole. So we've been inspired by places. We travel a lot. You know what? You travel, you get back, and then you can't wait to take another trip. It's so cool. And especially, we travel internationally a lot, or used to until whatever. But anyways, it's just because in that international travel, you're seeing cultures and sights and everything. It's wow, it just quickens you, because we are one, we're part of that. That's within us. And then we go, oh, wow, and go next. I don't necessarily want to go to the same place twice. There's too many cool places on the planet, you see? So to go and experience a new culture and people and sights and sounds and food and all this stuff inspires you to another one. Sometimes just the littlest things can inspire us. Nature is a beautiful gift to us. This planet is a Garden of Eden. And if we begin to look at it like that, to see the beauty in a rose, or the uniqueness of a stone. God is in all things, in all creations. If we take the time, the saying, take the time to smell the roses, if we take the time to pick up a pebble and just hold it and feel its energy, you'll be surprised you'll feel energy. Because there's consciousness there. And it's a wonderful thing, and they have stories to tell us. Stories have been here longer than we have. How's that? The stones have been longer than we have. So to begin to understand, and then we've done certain things that might inspire people to do stuff. We would hope just coming to InterQuest and walking on the grounds and coming in and participating in the things we do, inspire you. Shift your perception of who you are and maybe what you can do. This is always available. And we can get inspired by anything. And I used to, when I first started writing, and I used to write poetry and stuff like that, and I was really connecting with God. I was like, oh, God. And I would be inspired for what I saw. It's like, oh, a beautiful tree and write that, or the seasons, be inspired. So one time I was sitting, and I'd always connect with God first, say, oh, God, I'm ready to write another poem or something. Say, I'm open to inspiration. I'd get this, something inspiring. So I'm sitting there one day, and this is what came to me. Did you ever stop to wonder why? Is that inspiring? Did you ever stop to wonder why? So, but being a good student, this is what came out. Did you ever stop to wonder why some of us walk and some of us fly? To look for the reason what it might be, why some are in chains and others are free. The differences aren't that many, but what could turn the tide, enabling some to blossom forth while others seek to hide. Blinded by a single tree, they miss the forest there to see. Shoulder to the grinding wheel, too busy, they forget to feel. To have a vision, 'tis a gift, allows those to soar free on wings of imagination and hope to truly be. Did you ever stop to wonder why? We all have a vision, we all have a dream, we all have these qualities within us. We got our shoulder to the grinding wheel. We walk past it, flower, to begin to breathe into it. Be inspired by life, allowing life to move us. The inspiration we receive from the outer feeds our inner. When we are inspired to breathe it in, breathe in the moment. Breathe in that experience, the essence, that energy. Be fed by it. That's the Fuji no Nat. Isn't that cool? That's a good question. Daddy, what's the Fuji no Nat? It's not fruits and vegetables. How's that? No. It's the dreams and the inspiration that we allow to blossom forth in our life. We have everything we need within our hearts. And to allow that to open, quicken, begins to express, flow. Breathe into the feelings and breathe into the moment. You see, we might have to slow down a little bit to breathe into the moment, but I guarantee you it's worth it. And when you do that, you can feel it feeding you. You can feel it unbinding your hidden potential. We are the creator, sons and daughters of God. We are love. Be. See? Allows those to be free. To be. Here's a good one. Life isn't a test. Holy crap. We're not taught that, are we? Don't we have to keep jumping through hoops and passing tests and accelerating and going up that ladder? But life is a test if we have a fixed mindset. How about this? Life is an opportunity if we have an open mindset. You see? So all we got to do is pay attention. What's my perception of life? It's a jungle out there. It's hard. Got to work, blah, blah, blah. And we get stuck. And we don't really ascend. We'll stay on this wheel here, or we might even go down a little bit, you see? Because the energy is feeding us all the time, and it has to be used somehow. So we don't want to spin our wheels, and we don't want to go into entropy. We want to go to centropy. Life is an opportunity. This is what Buddha said. This is for life. Throw yourself into the river of life and let go of the questions. Questions are okay, but sometimes questions stop us. Do you see? Should I be doing this? I don't know. Is this good? Is this bad? Da, da, da. Here it is right there. Here's the questions. You've got left brain and right brain. We get to see life with duality, and duality is never ending. Duality or duality. Heart, oneness, love, expansion, allness. It's really cool. So let go of the questions. I want to read a parable real quickly, and it tells it's really neat because it tells about us. How's that? So Jesus is working, he's named Danny, he's working with the Sudras, the poor people, the farmers and stuff like this. So he's telling them a parable. Okay. A certain man possessed a field. The soil was hard and poor. World. One day a miner who could see beneath the soil, in passing on his way, saw the poor man and his unfruitful field. Okay? He called the weary toiler and he said, "My brother, know you not that just below the surface of your barren field, rich treasures lie concealed? You plow and sow and reap in scanty way, and day by day you tread upon a mine of gold and precious stones." I've been a miner for a heart of gold, and I'm getting old. That's a life, okay? Because we're on the surface, and we're looking out there. We're not looking within. This wealth lies not upon the surface of the ground, but if you will but dig away the rocky soil and delve deep down into the earth, you need no longer till the soil for naught. It says, the man believed. I'm going to say, the man was inspired. The miner surely knows, he said, and I will find the treasures hidden in my field. No question. I will find the treasures. I hope I find them. You see how we got to be positive and go forward with the guidance we get. And then he dug away the rocky soil, and deep down he found a mine of gold. And Jesus said, this is us, which we can let go right now. How's that? The sons of men are toiling hard on desert plains and burning sands and rocky soils, are doing what their fathers did, not dreaming they can do anything else. You see? Doing what's that, insanity? Not dreaming we could do anything else. And our dreams are within our heart. Our dreams are within our heart. Our dreams can inspire us, can free us, unleash that bound soul to begin to express through life. So, inspiration is that essence that unlocks the door to our heart, okay? If we allow it to, if we aren't too busy. And then breathe it in. Breathe it in. And so we can be creative ourselves. And so like, oh wow. And y'all have inspired people like David inspired me. A lot of you guys inspire me. You don't even know it. I mean, I'm blessed. I am blessed because I get to see all these unique God beings just doing life in their own unique expression. And here's what I'll say. You are enough. You see? You are enough. You don't have to do anything more. Be who you really are. So one thing, when we want to begin to express our uniqueness and everything, it's to open up a door to more inspiration. A step we can take is be positive. Be more positive in life. The glass is half full or half empty. We all know that one. So just to be more positive, to look for the good and praise it, okay? Think positively, be positive, act positively. Be more creative. Think outside the box. Or we could think the way our fathers thought. You know, I tell people, we're not your father's church. You see? We're not beating you down. We're loving you. We can change. Be more creative. Think outside the box. Stick to your guns. Let those questions go. Let those people's thoughts and opinions go. To thine own self be true. You see? Begin to see life as an adventure with no limits. Because you are the unlimited Son, daughter of God. Within you, that triune aspects of omnipotence, omniscience, and omnipresence. The force of God's within you, the love of God's within you, the wisdom of God's within you. We go in and tap, and we can answer any question that we ask. We can create anything we want to create. It lies within. No limits. And then to be humble. You know, it's like, who's doing it anyways? God, that love. So our personality sometimes can get in the way, but we just keep it in check a little bit. Okay. And inspiration lifts us from our ordinariness. Ordinariness. It's a big word. So when we're ready to lift out of ordinariness, you see, we can begin to take some of these steps to be more positive in life, to see the good, to praise it, to acknowledge it, to take a step, take a chance on yourself. Because who are you really taking a chance on? God. I'll tell you, Jesus is my inspiration. I love him because of his walk to show us on this dimension through a physical vehicle that we are love, and then demonstrated how we can live that. You see? Daily. Living it daily. And it's all we have to do is keep ourselves in integrity with that. The next time someone says to you, why do you do that? Okay, say right there. This is what I want you to say to them. Because that's who I am. You see? Because that's who I am. And once we begin to make that shift, to see a different perspective, this is who I am now. So we start thinking out of the box, we start acting extraordinary or weird. Why do you do that? It's who I am. So here's this. Why? To begin to let our whys guide us. You see? It's beautiful. So let your whys guide you. So inspirations just allows us to be who we really are, and we bless the world by being who we are. And as we accept the blessings around us, all we're doing is raising the whole. We raise the whole, and it's a beautiful, beautiful relationship with life. So I think it's time to go with them. How's that? So let's get comfortable in our chairs and close your eyes. We close our eyes and just begin breathing that gentle breath. And as you breathe in, feel God's love filling you. As you exhale, feel God's love flowing. Receiving love freely, giving love freely, the natural flow of life. So just breathe. Just breathe. And as you breathe in, I want you to say in your heart, I am love. And as you exhale, I want you to say, I am love expressing. Breathing in, I am love. As you exhale, I am love expressing. Breathing in God's love, allowing the universe to fill you and expand you. And then as you exhale, I am God's love expressing that contractive nature of the universe, bringing into focus, I am. So just breathe. Breathe into yourself God's love. Breathe into your life God's love. Breathe into your life God's love. Breathe out into your life God's love. And just breathe. Breathe and feel God's love flowing through you now, to you and through you. Feel your body alive with this energy. I am alive. Breathe and feel. And I want you to think about, for a moment, a person, place, thing, experience that inspired you. And see it, feel it, be there. And I want you to breathe in God's love blesses me now. Breathe in the blessing of this inspiration, this person, place, or thing. Let it feed you. Let it free you to receive even greater. Just send love to this person, place, thing, or experience. Send love to it. Acknowledge it. It's real in your life. Thank you, thank you, thank you. For I know by this blessing, this inspiration, I have the capacity, the potential to inspire in my unique way life. So just breathe and just allow your heart to open. And just breathe from your heart. Within your heart are the seeds for your life. And just allow the seeds to begin to flow out into your life. They've been on the shelf too long. And as the seeds are scattered out into your life, continue to send love, that the seeds are nurtured in love, so that they reach their full potential. Breathe and feel how loved you are. Breathe and know you live in a loving, supportive universe. And as you go forth, be aware. Expect to be inspired in life. And this inspiration is what's truly going to water these seeds of your heart. And just allow that cycle to continue. The cycle of light, the cycle of love, the cycle of life itself. So just breathe and feel your energy. Radiant love, I am. This is who you are. This is who you are. So just take a breath, feel your consciousness back in your body. Feel your feet on the floor. Glad to be alive on planet Earth at this moment in time. Gently wiggle your toes and fingers and gently open your eyes. Glad to be alive on planet Earth at this moment in time. Yay, God!